Hey, what's up, James? This is a quick demo video for you for your SP Sabers and solo guy, Raxus Starkiller. This is installed with the Taco Shop crystal chamber chassis that you have provided. You also provided the crystal chamber add-on, so that's in here as well. Not weathered though. All right, so you had asked me to heat stain the emitter ring for you, which I did. The top and bottom titanium pieces in the crystal chamber, as well as the titanium rods going down the chamber. These were all heat stained by Sean, as well as the steel plates. I just put them onto the handle. And then what else did I do? The 6 steel button head screws here, so 3 here and 3 here. I did use the steel ones and I heat stained those. All right, so I'll put those on there for you. 2 buttons set up. So your top switch here will be your activation. We can focus in on that. So activation up here, auxiliary down here. All right, your blade retention is located inside the bunny ears. So you'll notice the 2 button head screws over here in your bunny ears. The one that's closest to the tip of the saber is a little bit longer. You can kind of see it sticking out in there. I swapped that out. That is your blade retention. All right. You have a real quartz crystal in here. All right. So to get to your chassis, what you want to do is just unscrew your handle. I have it on here pretty tough. You just unscrew your handle. We'll talk about this a little bit. Talk about the chassis. When you get to about right here, you'll want to kind of move down here and grab the chassis and not the saber, and then just wiggle the handle off. You do have to get past the battery compartment. You have one of the original Taco Shop chassis, and you have a batch 1 Raxus, which I haven't seen in a while. The original piece, which is the one that you have here on the battery cover, we'll take this off first and talk about it. I had actually had Carlos go back, I think, and adjust this a little bit. The flanges in here, right here and right here, were a little too thick. They weren't fitting in the handle properly on the original model. So I asked him to go back and modify those. I've been using the modified one, but since you provided this, I imagine you've had this for a while. All right, so what I had to do was I went in here with a Dremel on the inside, and I thinned that thick piece out a little bit, and I did that the same over on this side as well. Because I did that, these 2 pieces right here don't have magnets. I just put the magnets over here. The front will be a press fit onto your battery. You've got an 18350 battery right there, and then the magnets on the back will actually hold this in place like that. All right. Coming over here, you've got that empty space. I did program that to be a broken circuitry effect for now. You've got your secondary crystal chamber with a crystal in there and a rotating piece right above it. If we flip this over, you've got your OLED screen. This is basically your board cover. So if we take this off, this is held on with magnets. You've got, on the door alone, you've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. There's 15 magnets on this door and another 15 on the chassis. All right. When you open it, though, to get to your board, this is what your board looks like. I did put a 4-pixel accent strip on top here to get some shine through that board cover that I'll show you here in a second. Access to your SD card and your micro USB from right here. You have my sound font on here for now, and there's a copy of the config file on the SD card. All right, but when you're done with that, just put it right on there. It stays in place with those magnets. All right, let's go ahead and turn this on. You have a kill switch right here and a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. All right, so we'll flip that kill switch. You've got my boot up on the OLED screen right here. So it goes from Arabic, the Saber ignites, and then it goes to English. All right. Both of your crystals are doing a little something different until we turn it on. They'll both go solid, but this one has that rotating piece right above it. You got that broken circuitry effect down here. This is a Carl Chen V4 lit connector. All right, and then you've got twist off. So that's what the chassis looks like when the saber, or the handle's off rather. All right, so putting the handle on, you'll just want to squeeze this together a little bit and jimmy it on. And then once you get past that middle part, everything is gravy. All right, I did have to put the handle on my lathe. I machined out quite a bit to make sure that everything was nice and smooth. You had specifically requested that I please not grind or sand the outside of the chassis in any way, so I did not do that. I just spent a little bit of extra time machining out as much of the ID of the handle as I could. All right, this panel of course slides down. It's on magnets, so it slides down and give you that crystal chamber effect. It's on a timer, so if we turn it back off, now it's pulsing. We turn it on, you get a nice little view of your secondary crystal chamber. All right, then you can just take your finger and slide that right back into place. Saber sounds pretty beefy. You can literally see the speaker right there. And then you've got a little bit of extra shine through in that little cutout there. All right. I really appreciate you picking one of these up. I appreciate all you guys who have picked one of these up. It means the world to me. This was a very successful run from Sean and I, and you guys showed it a lot of love. So thank you very much for picking it up. It started out to be a cost-effective type of a 2.0 type of saber, where it was meant to be modified, or just, it was meant to be weathered and modified and made to be a personal saber when people got done. But when you add an install to that and you add the taco shop chassis, it becomes pretty expensive pretty quick. So I really do appreciate you. I've got a 2.0 that I just finished up here, and for size comparison, you can see from pommel to tip, I mean, it's almost identical. There's a few millimeters of difference, but not much at all. Thickness of the handle and everything, I mean, this was made to be a 2.0 type of kit without having to go through the motions of chopping up a 2.0 if that's not something that someone wanted to do, because these take forever to do. All right, but let's put a blade in. So we're going to take that top button head screw, we're going to loosen it a little bit, just get it out of the socket. We don't have to take it all the way out. This does take a 7/8 inch blade, so we'll slide our 7/8 inch blade in there. Mine is a little tight, so I'm going to hit power. So I'll gently put mine in until it touches those pins, just like that. I'm not going to tighten my blade retention down, but you will want to, and you may want to do some sanding. All right, so you got an unstable blade for now. Blaster bolt deflex is tapping on the blade. Blade lockup is holding it down and hitting the saber. You can see it right here. You can see it at the tip of the blade. And then your soundtrack, do a long press on the power. And just do another long press to turn that off. Just like that. All right. If you had more than one sound font, of course, you just come over here and tap auxiliary. And then you go to another one. But you just have the one on there for now. All right, so we'll take this back out. I don't like sanding my blades because I need them to test so many different types of sabers. But if this was my saber and I had a dedicated 7/8 inch blade, I'd do a little bit of sanding so that floated in there a little bit easier, but it does go in. All right, when you're done, you can just come over here and we'll take your handle back off. Remember, we'll get to about right here. We'll grab the chassis and just kind of twist it off. We'll come over here and turn this on. That's your battery meter, so you will want to charge that battery. And then we'll flip the kill switch. And it kills power like it should. All right, so that, sir, is basically your Raxus Starkiller. Let me know if you have any questions. Of course, it's Saturday today, so I will get this out in the mail to you first thing Monday morning. All right, thanks, James.